Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. Good to see you. Hello, Mahogany. Welcome, and thank you so much for your donation. Sorry about I went live just like a moment ago, and I realized that the title was wrong, so I had to go back on and change the title. But we are here, and I am ready to read for you, Miss Mahogany. And hello. We have a friend from New Zealand, Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Welcome to Starry Tarot. Good to see you. So all my donation information can be found at the top of the chat, as well as within the body of the video and within the chat in the video. And I have a few different types of readings I can offer. I can answer any of your questions, with the exception of medical and or legal questions, but beyond that, we are all good. And today, I'm using an old deck of mine. I don't even have a box for it. I got it years and years ago, and it's one of my favorites because it's like so smooth to shuffle. All right, Miss Mahogany, thank you again. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Will I ever end up seeing Reese again in the future? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Mahogany see Reese again in the future? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Mahogany see Reese again in the future? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Mahogany see Reese again in the future? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Mahogany see Reese again in the future? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Mahogany see Reese again in the future? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Mahogany see Reese again in the future? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Mahogany see Reese again in the future? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Mahogany see Reese again in the future? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Mahogany see Reese again in the future? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Mahogany see Reese again in the future? Okay, Mahogany, we have 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and the Hermit reversed. Okay, I can tell you this, Mahogany, with confidence that you will speak to him again. You guys will for sure speak to one another again with this 8 of Wands. Will it result in the two of you seeing one another? It's quite possible with this Hermit reversed. I don't think that he's gone into complete hermit mode when it comes to you and him. However, so there is a good chance that you guys will, like, I can almost like guarantee you will talk to one another again. And I don't know if you guys are in contact right now. Oh, Melissa, I am so sorry for your loss. I'm so deeply sorry for your loss, love. I can definitely answer your question. I am a psychic medium. I offer mediumship readings. I'm just posting my information for mediumship readings, love, if that is something that you wanted to, if you wanted to get in touch with him. Thank you, Melissa. And again, I'm so sorry for your loss. Mahogany, we've got this 10 of Wands and this 3 of Swords right here. This is telling me that if you are to see him again, it would end in disappointment. It would not be. It would likely reopen old wounds. No contact as of now. I really just didn't know what else to do, so I chose to stay away from him. Gotcha. Well, I do see him likely reaching out to you again with this 8 of Wands. That is definitely a communication card. The Hermit reversed is coming out, you know, of hiding, essentially. I'm not saying he's hiding from you, but he's not he's not being present with you. There is a good chance that the two of you will see each other, but Spirit is saying that it would not be in your best interest at all. It would it would result in disappointment. It would result in some kind of frustration, heartache, disappointment with this Three of Swords. It wouldn't meet your expectations. It would be, with this Ten of Wands, it would be loaded with lots of burdens and difficulties. And when we've got this Four of Swords here, by burdens and difficulties, I don't mean like you guys are going to be like, you know, dealing with work issues or even that's the thing, is I don't think that when I said that you guys are going to be communicating, I don't think it's going to be very clear communication. I don't think there's going to be, I don't think this will bring you closure in any way. I think it's just going to leave you feeling the same, if not worse, likely worse. It will likely just salt a wound because it's not going to result in the type of meaning that you would like. It's not going to bring you closure. You won't get the communication that you're looking for. You won't get the action that you're looking for. I mean, when I say action, I don't mean that kind of action, but partly, yeah. You won't get the warmth and kindness that you would want to see from him. And with this Four of Swords, yeah, with this Ten of Wands, Four of Swords, like I said earlier, it would likely rehash old wounds. It would, Four of Swords is taking a step back and like having to take a step back and really evaluate things. And oftentimes it's indicative of like needing to take a break, needing to take a step back, needing to take time off from work or time off from one's life in order to process this Three of Swords, Four of Swords, in order to process this disappointment. Well, I don't understand why he would reach out if it wouldn't be good anyway. It's not, I don't mean that he's going to be mean to you, Mahogany. I'm just saying that he would be, if I do see him reaching out to you, but it still doesn't mean that the two of you are on the same page. It doesn't mean that he doesn't like you as a human being, but he doesn't want to be, he wants this to stay platonic. And he doesn't want this to be on bad terms. He doesn't want to hurt you. So, you know, I can see why someone would reach out to someone and think that they're doing, think that they're maybe, creating closure or abating some kind, or like, leaving things on good terms or maintaining things, making sure things are still on good terms. But whatever you have in, it's about this, Mahogany. You've got to think, if you are to see him again in the future, how would you want it to unfold? And if you have a very clear idea as to how you would want it to unfold, Spirit is simply saying that it would end up disappointing you. I know he won't be on the same page, precisely. And he's not a bad guy. He's not trying to hurt you. He doesn't want to hurt you. But he doesn't have the emotional intelligence, I should say, to think, hey, this might rehash some old wounds in Mahogany. Because here's what I'm thinking. I think from his perspective, him reaching out to you, which I do believe he's going to do, is like, hey, I want to maintain. I don't want this to have ended on bad terms, because I believe that he knows that you like him. And he doesn't want to hurt you. He doesn't want to disappoint you. But in his mind, he's thinking, hey, if we can maintain a friendship, then things will be fine between the two of us. I won't feel like I've ended up hurting her, because I think he feels that way, and he doesn't want to hurt you, doesn't want to have hurt you. But at the same time, he's not putting himself in your shoes. You know, he's not thinking, hey, if I really liked someone and my feelings were, and we were on the same page, and things didn't end up working out, but I didn't want them to be, you know, I didn't want things to be on bad terms. Like, and if someone reaches out to me, that person reached out to me, I'd want either closure and or to see, you know, to see things come to fruition in the way that I want to see them come to fruition. You know, it's just be an attention thing because he hasn't been a person that I see would be as a good friend either. I kind of got that sense too, because I don't see him as being a good friend either. I think this is more absolving himself of feelings of guilt, because I think he knows that he disappointed you, and he feels badly. He doesn't want to have disappointed you. But I also, I was going to mention that I also think that attention has to do with this a little bit too, because I've seen this a lot when people like that, they love how someone loves them, or they like how someone likes them. They like how it makes them feel, and that's how people get friend zoned. You know, they're enjoying the adoration of their friend, their platonic friend, but they're not meeting them even halfway. I don't need closure. I get it at this point. Yeah, yeah. So I think so. Yeah, if you and that's kind of what I'm sensing too. Is I think that you have a good sense of you know of the situation. It's just your heart is still, you know, still, I don't want to say stuck on him, but it's still, you know, hasn't fully let go of him, whereas your mind has processed things, your logic has processed things. Like you said, you don't need closure. You understand things. What I was meaning to say, or what I was trying to say, is he feels that, like, reaching out to you would bring you closure, but he doesn't understand that you would need to hear certain things. Absolutely, absolutely, love. No problem at all. Yeah, we can definitely get deeper into this. No problem. Thank you so much, Mahogany. Thank you, love. All right, so how do we want to ask this second question? So, what is the real reason he never wanted to do anything on an intimate level? I've always felt he liked me truthfully, energetically, but this read just seems as if he wants to stay straight from me in that manner, as if I'm just some bad pig. Okay, let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is the reason why Reese never wanted something on an intimate level with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is the reason why Reese did not want something on an intimate level with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is the reason why Reese didn't want something on an intimate level with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is the reason Reese didn't want something on an intimate level with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is the reason why Reese didn't want something on an intimate level with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is the reason why Reese didn't want something on an intimate level with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is the reason why Reese didn't want something on an intimate level with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is the reason why Reese didn't want something on an intimate level with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is the reason why Reese didn't want something on an intimate level with Mahogany? Mixed messages and spirit guides. What is the reason why Reese didn't want something on an intimate level with Mahogany? Okay. The High Priestess reversed, Queen of Swords, Three of Wands reversed, Eight of Wands, and Two of Swords reversed. So this is a confusing reading, Mahogany. Give me just a second here, because I am seeing, and if you know me, Mahogany, if it was as simple as he just is not physically attracted to you, I would tell you. But I'm not seeing that here with this Eight of Wands. This is a card of physical attraction. He does have physical attraction to you. And don't, I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but don't refer to yourself as a bad pick. You're not. Just because one person doesn't want to have intimate relationships with you does not mean that you're a bad pick by any means. There are people who I don't want to have intimate relationships with, and that doesn't mean they're bad picks. It just means that they're not the one for me, you know. But I'll be honest, I do see physical attraction here, physical desire with this Eight of Wands. But, and I know you've said this in the past, that you don't want a relationship with him. You just want to have, I think you mentioned that you just wanted to have an intimate connection with him one time, and then that would be it. And then I think you also mentioned that you wanted, I don't know how sure you, what exactly would you ideally want from him, if you don't mind me asking? Like, it just pisses me off because this dude sabotaged the whole thing and literally made it very difficult every chance. Yeah, he is very, very difficult. And if he's difficult now, Mahogany, you know, if you were to be intimate with him, I know you've said that you don't want a relationship with him, but even if it was to be a friends with benefits thing, there would still be frustration there if he said, hey, you want to come over tonight, and then he bailed on you. Like, he's the type of person where I could see that he's not consistent. And I'm honestly seeing what now that I'm remembering the readings that we've done for Reese, I have seen this before with him, in that, yes, he is physically attracted to you. And again, I know you've told me that you don't want a relationship from him, but he intuitively believes that you would at least eventually want to tie him down if you were to be intimate with him. Sex changes everything, Mahogany. It really does. Even if it's just one time, even if it's casual, it's even more dangerous if you've developed desire for someone that's been unmet, and then it finally does get met, and then say he just F's off. I don't think that would make you feel very good. If I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong, I would want to tie him down, or would he want to tie me? No, he wouldn't want to tie you down. He's afraid that you would want to tie him down, and that's something he is absolutely reticently against. He does not want to be in a relationship with this High Priestess reversed. And this describes two things as well. This is also describing his separation between him separating logic from his desire. He physically desires you. I see that. He does physically desire you. I cannot lie about that. But with this High Priestess reverse, not only does he want to stay a lone ranger, he doesn't want to be tied down at all. He also is thinking to himself, if I were to be intimate with Mahogany, there is a good chance that she would want to stick around at the very least. And if she sticks around, there's a good chance that she would get jealous if I was with another woman. There's a good chance that she would likely want possibly want more from me. And I'm not telling you that's the case, but these are his assumptions. Honestly, as hard as he made everything, I would not want to. I don't want to be tied down either, though. Maybe if he asked, he would know. Precisely. If he asked, he would know that you don't want to be tied down either. Have you told... So what you're looking for is friends with benefits. Is that what you would want from him? If all you want is friends with benefits from him, I think you've got nothing left to lose in telling him, if you were to directly tell him that, because I don't think he has the emotional intelligence and wherewithal to ask you something like that. He's just making assumptions here, and I'm seeing this with this Queen of Swords. He's definitely making assumptions mentally. It's true. If he were to ask, he would know. But I also stand firmly with the fact that, or my belief that he would be even a difficult friend with benefit. Not even a friends with benefits, just to be intimate and not really consistent at all, truthfully. Okay. Well, if you were to tell him that, and I do think he's going, again, this Eight of Wands showed up twice. I do think he's going to reach out to you. I think if you just laid it all out on the table, Mahogany, I don't think that would be, if you were to tell him exactly what you, like, hey, like, I'm not looking for, I just want to let you know, I'm not looking to be tied down. I'm not looking for a relationship, but I'm really attracted to you, and I was just wondering if we could be physical. That's a very, I know that's a difficult thing to say, but there's really nothing left to lose at this point, you know? I don't think we are on different pages. I think he just assumes we are. Yeah, that can be the case. That's true. And that's what I'm saying is I don't think that he has the emotional wherewithal to ask, you know. He thinks he knows what's going on, but he's really in the dark with this Two of Swords reversed. He's making assumptions. He's making an assumption. He's not looking at the big picture. I don't think he's thought about this deeply enough to come to the conclusion, like, you know, I'm attracted to Mahogany. Maybe I should just ask her, like, what she's looking for, as opposed to assuming. And that to me shows me that, you know, even though you're not looking to date him, it tells me that he's, a very, he definitely lacks emotional maturity, a certain level of depth that you have. I'm not saying that the two of you are fundamentally very, very different people, but I think you are fundamentally different in a lot of ways. And not bad either. I don't mean this in a bad way. I just think that you have more of a soulful awareness, more of an emotional awareness, far more of an emotional awareness than he has. I think it's because I'm kind, but seriously, I mean, do people prefer I be an a-hole? No, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case, and that, you know, I was watching a YouTube short the other day of women. I forget how it was described. It was like women talking to their boyfriends talking, pretending that they were their girlfriends, and the way that they spoke to them was like, "Get away from me right now!" Like they were really, really B words. And one girl in the chat was like, "Is that what it takes to get a boyfriend? Do you have to be a B word? Like, do you have to be rude to people? Because that would just make me feel terrible." And I responded, I was like, absolutely not. Like, some guys like B words. They do. Some guys do. Some guys like, don't like nice girls. Some guys are not attracted to that. Do I think that's the case here? I don't think so. That's not what I'm seeing. I'm not getting that, and I've never gotten that in any of the readings with him. I don't think it's because you're too kind. Um, it could be because you're not speaking your truth. Like, hey, I just want something fast and furious with you, quick. I want to have, I would like to be intimate with you, but I'm not looking for anything serious, just being very straightforward and just grown-ups about it, just laying it out. Like I said, there's kind of nothing left to lose at this point. You guys aren't even talking, and he is attracted to you. But I don't think it's because you're kind, and I certainly don't think that only mean girls get the guy. Um, I firmly don't believe in that. I believe that just like some girls like dicks, some girls are attracted to mean guys. I'm not, I mean, I can try again when he says something, but I thought I stated that. You stated that to him already, like clearly what you were looking for. If you told him already, like straight up what you're looking for, and he still didn't reciprocate, I think that he also maybe I strongly believe that he's basing this on past connections he's had, where he has had just casual sex with someone and he wants it to stay casual, and then feelings develop, um, either with both people or with one person. With women, we are hardwired biologically to develop feelings for someone when we are intimate with them. Our bodies, this is just a biological fact, our bodies, when they sense the dopamine, the serotonin of sex, they sense, oh, pregnancy. So our bodies almost always develop an attraction to the person who we sleep with. Not all the time, but a lot of the time, especially if we've already developed a desire for them. I mean, it was a while ago, though. Even if it was a while ago, Mahogany, if you stated it very clearly and he still isn't like remembering or keeping that in mind, actions speak louder than words. We are, if it is consistent, but he is not consistent, so for me that wouldn't develop. Plus I've already detached from certain things with this guy. Yeah. And that's I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but that's definitely, I sense that too. Like, even if it was just a friends with benefits thing, this guy is so inconsistent. Um, it would likely be a one time thing. I don't know if he's just super duper wildly busy. Um, you don't really want consistency. You just want a one time thing, then? You want him to go away. Okay. When was the last time that you guys spoke to one another? Because yeah, we've got this Eight of Wands. It came up twice. That's the message card. That's the communication card. Um, so if what you're desiring is for him to go away, because it sounds like this is troubling you, not that long ago. Yeah, he knows. If you told him not that long ago, if he doesn't remember, then he's literally stupid. I'm not trying to be mean, but like that's a pretty like clear cut thing to say, and it's a pretty loaded thing to say, like what you're looking for with someone. I told him that months ago. So that's even if it was months ago, I still think he should remember. I thought you meant when did we speak last? Oh, the last time you spoke was not that long ago. I still stand firmly, even if you told him months ago, that that's not just like someone saying, "Hey, oh, the tomato soup is on aisle 5." That's not, just like just a regular comment that someone makes to you that you're not going to remember. You told him very specifically what you were looking for. intimate, like you were looking for I'm assuming you told him you wanted an intimate experience with him, and that you weren't looking for anything serious. That's something that even someone who wasn't intelligent would remember. So that's why I think he finds it just hard to believe. It is troubling because I didn't get the experience. That's why I hear you, Mahogany. I totally hear you. I hear you. It's disappointing. It's frustrating. It's it's troubling. I totally hear you, Mahogany. 100%. I've been there. I just think that if you were to be intimate with him, and especially if it was like really good, it's hard for me to believe that you wouldn't want it again, or that he wouldn't want it again. But I worry about his consistency as well, even though I know you don't want consistency. I just think that I just don't think this is a good situation. I think it's best to stay away. And if he does, honestly, I know this is so hard, but I really do see him reaching out to you. I mean, not only did we see the Eight of Wands, we saw it twice. Because I got what I wanted. Oh, got you. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. He just dragged the entire situation. Yeah, and that's not a good sign. Why would someone drag a situation around like that for that long and belabor it? That also tells me that I think he's got some ego issues. He's very. I'll tell you, he is aware of the fact that you're attracted to him, and he is attracted to you, but he's not willing. Like I said, actions speak louder than words. He's not showing any action, any effort to be intimate with you even once. And if he can't even do that, that tells me that and if he can't even do that, and he was dragging things out, that tells me that he liked the attention. He liked your attention. He liked looking at you. He found you attractive. But I also think that in his past experiences, I think he may have tried just like a casual thing with someone, possibly more than once. And I think every time it almost always resulted in attachment issues, either with one person or both people. And that I just, if actions speak louder than words, they really do. If a guy, if you're attracted to a man and he's not, or and this goes for guys too out there, if you're attracted to a woman and she's not reciprocating your communication, your messages, your very clear communication desires, they'll it's not likely that they will. He's had enough time. He's had plenty of time to show up. To have the opportunity to get to to be intimate. And yeah, I think it's just in your best interest to. And this is what I was going to say is I do think he's going to reach out to you, and I do think it's not. I don't think it's to be intimate with you. I think it's to absolve himself of some kind of guilt of letting you down. And I know I can't tell you what to do, but I just highly recommend that you don't answer the phone, because I just think it's going to result. I think it's going to rehash old wounds. I think it's going to salt old wounds, and end in disappointment. But I know how hard that is too. Well, if he says anything, I will state what we just spoke about, and that's it. That's actually, Mahogany. That's a really good idea there. Yeah, give him the chance to speak, give him the chance to communicate whatever he's wanting to communicate, because that Eight of Wands showed up twice, and that is the communication card. That's the card of messages. Someone messaging you, someone reaching out to you. Showed up twice, so I really do think he's going to reach out to you. And I would tell him exactly what you told me, honestly, that there's nothing left to lose at this point. You know, and it will make him feel more guilty. You know, I don't want to say he deserves it, because he didn't try to hurt you, but he also, you know, he needs to learn a lesson here. He can't be dragging things out with people like this and leading people on, so he won't get what he is looking for. Jessica, welcome. Jessica, thank you for telling me that, because I was supposed to get a manicure today and I'm doing well. I don't know what happened. I've just been working, but I slept way too late today and I missed my nail lady. I didn't have an appointment, but thank you so much. That means a lot, Jessica, because I can't get my nails done for another few days, and I got these done in Paris, but this nail broke and this one's about to break, but that means a lot. Thank you, Jessica. It boosts my self-esteem. Yeah, other than that, I'm doing well. How are you, Jessica? Yeah, I agree, Mahogany. I think, you know, I wouldn't intentionally try to make him feel bad. I would, you know, listen, you know, hear him out, hear what he has to say. Um, but I think it would be wise, yeah, to not give him what he's looking for. Um, and I do think he needs to learn some kind of lesson here. You know, he's a grown ass man, and that kind of behavior is not, it's not legit. Um, Not intentionally, but I will say the truth. It is enough. Absolutely, I agree. I agree. Yeah, just stating the truth. Yeah, and that's kind of what I meant. Is I don't even think you'll have to like you won't be like, just stating your truth will likely make him feel guilty. You know, it's no intention, but he does need to learn a lesson. But he will know I only wanted that, and he could have communicated what he wanted very simply. Seriously, seriously, he could have had intimate relations with you, you know, and he missed out on that opportunity. Um, he was foolish. Um, you're pretty good. Good to hear, Miss Jessica. Good to hear. Um, yeah, I agree, Mahogany. I think all you got to do when he reaches out to you, and I do think he's going to, is just speak your truth. You know, just speak your truth, and um, yeah, just tell him essentially what you told me. Because he's got to wake up here. You know, the way he behaved with you is not okay, and he really needs to quit this behavior. Especially if this is some kind of pattern. Thank you so much, Mahogany. Thank you, love. I wish you all the very best. Of course, always love and light to you. And yeah, you'll find your guy. I know I don't even need to say that. You know that you'll find the right guy. And and you'll look back at this and think, what, you know, what a bozo. Like, what was he thinking? He had every opportunity and he couldn't step up. Um, it's really not cool. And we just received a donation. Thank you so much, Jessica, for your donation, girl. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. I don't really want the right guy. I want what I wanted. Maybe it's a Leo thing. But Oh, yeah, I understand that, Mahogany. And I don't mean, well, when I'm sure you want the right guy when the right time's ready. And by the right guy, I don't mean like relationship wise. I mean, someone who you desire and they desire you and they don't mess around. They just get straight to business. They get straight to the point. It's just a very adult thing. Um, I don't really want any guy, and I understand that too. Love. Yeah, I'm very picky myself, but there will be another guy who you will be interested in your life, and I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's going to take too long at all. Um, Thank you so much again, love. How do you see my Valentine's looking? Valentine's, my least favorite holiday. Let's see. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how will Jessica's Valentine's Day go? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how will Jessica's Valentine's Day go? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how will Jessica's Valentine's Day go? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how will Jessica's Valentine's Day go? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how will Jessica's Valentine's Day go? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how will Jessica's Valentine's Day go? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how will Jessica's Valentine's Day go? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how will Jessica's Valentine's Day go? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how will Jessica's Valentine's Day go? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how will Jessica's Valentine's Day go? Mr. Right Now, not Mr. Right Lol. Yeah, Mr. Right Now, not Mr. Right Law, for sure, yeah. Okay, we have Nine of Swords reversed, Temperance reversed, Seven of Swords, Ace of Wands, and Seven of Wands reversed. Now, I feel like the reading will be good because I'm going to make. Now, this is interesting, Jessica. You know I hate the Seven of Swords. We all hate the Seven of Swords. But this deck, I got this deck years and years ago at a Barnes and Noble. It came with a set with a book, and it was like a bargain in the bargain section for like $5. It was awesome. But every single card has a little definition on it, and I always found this fascinating with this deck in particular. It describes the Seven of Swords as plans, hopes, a wish card, and the highest minor arcana. Now, normally I would disagree with that, but I know that I always choose my cards for a reason. They come to me for a reason when I do go live. Like that's why I use different cards. And I don't the Seven of Swords I do feel is plans coming through. I don't feel like he's going to screw you over or lie to you or make plans that don't come through. I feel like this is more there's two ways of looking at this card. There is a positive way of looking at the Seven of Swords, and the way that I see it is not so much plans, hopes, wish card, highest minor arcana. I see it as doing anything and everything possible in order to make something happen. Like beg, borrow, or steal in order to make something happen. And that's more the energy that I'm getting here is he wants to make your Valentine's Day special. Is he working more than normal right now? Because I just feel like things are heavier for him than they've been in the past. He's been thinking a lot about your Valentine's Day plans. It's been on his mind a lot. It was to the point where it was on his mind like a month ago. I feel like it's been on his mind for a while. I don't know if the two of you have been talking about this, about your Valentine's Day plans, but it's something he was really like anxious about. Um, Things possibly falling through or not, or disappointing you in some way. But that has abated, and that's telling me that that whatever he has planned for you has fallen into place better. Um, I want some clarity here. This Temperance reverse. Okay. I was worried that this was like you were going to be putting in more effort than he is. Um, no, actually, it's not only is it the reverse. He's going to be putting in a lot of effort. Um, I feel in in making Valentine's Day special for the two of you. But Temperance reversed is also about going to extremes. Going to extremes for love, for romance. Doing whatever it takes to make something happen. I don't expect much, to be honest. He's not naturally a romantic. And I'm not saying that he's going to be taking you to like the Ritz and like laying out the red carpet for you and like making it like it's not going to be like a huge thing, but he does have plans for you. He does have plans for you. He does have something special for you, if not more than one thing special for you. Um, this Seven of Wands reversed, I want some clarity on too. Yeah, this is very similar to this Nine of Swords. Sorry, I might have missed something that's a shocker. Wait, what part is shocking? Like he was worried. Like he's been thinking about Valentine's Day for at least the past month, I'd say, and he was worried about disappointing you. I was prepared to just use his card to get myself some edible arrangements and call it a day. I don't think it's gonna be like that. I don't think it's that he has anything planned. I believe he does, even if it's something small, Jessica. I do believe he has something planned. I do believe he has something up his sleeve. With this Ace of Wands, I feel like you're going to be pleasantly surprised, um, and I think this is going to show. I know this isn't your first Valentine's Day with him, but I feel like this is going to um, possibly show a different side of him. Um, yeah, and remain optimistic. I do think that, and it's crazy because he's a Leo, and you mentioned that he's not much of a romantic. Wait, he's not a Leo, is he? Wait, is he? It may not be like you know the most amazing Valentine's Day in the world. I'll be totally honest. If he doesn't have natural romantic inclinations, it may not seem like a whole lot, but it's he's making an. I do see him making an effort. Scorpio Sun and Rising. Okay, okay, that's also surprising. Scorpios tend to be quite romantic, um, and they're very secretive. They can be very secretive. So I feel like he this is definitely something like he's. You mentioned you guys haven't discussed Valentine's Day. I think there's a reason for that. I think it's because he's had something planned, and he doesn't want to spoil the surprise. Now, do I think it's like a trip to Tahiti or like something super, super, you know, extravagant? No, I don't. But I do think that you will feel validated. I do think you will feel loved acknowledged, special, appreciated. But yeah, I would also, yes, I tell everyone to remain optimistic, realistically optimistic, like I said, I don't think it's going to be super extravagant, but I do think it is going to be romantic. I don't need a whole show, but something nice. And he can't be a little underwhelming, and he can be a little underwhelming in the romance department. Gotcha. That's interesting. Um, Yeah, so I do think that he has something planned. I don't think it's, again, yeah, I don't think it's something extravagant. I think realistic optimism is good here. I do think there is something. You will have a nice Valentine's Day. This Ace of Wands is a thumbs up card for sure. Yeah, I think you will be pleasantly surprised. I don't know how your last Valentine's Day went with him, but I think this will be, he will definitely acknowledge it. He will definitely do something special for you. And yeah, like you said, you're not expecting the sun, the moon, and the stars. Just, to feel loved, acknowledged, recognize that this is a day of love and expressing love. Um, yeah, just keep an open mind. And when optimism, good, but I'm not trying to sound negative, but I wouldn't be like super hyped or excited, because then it does, it can possibly lead to disappointment if we do get super excited about something. But I don't think you will be disappointed. I really don't. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think he does have something up his sleeve. Um, and yeah, I think this will be special for you and him. So yeah, keeping an open mind is good. Um, you know, not expecting the sun, the moon, and the stars is good. Um, and just seeing how things go, and also not taking the lead here. As you mentioned, you guys haven't like really discussed Valentine's Day. Certainly, don't make any plans. Let him take the lead. Let him take the lead and make the plans and make the decisions there. Because I think that's more what you're looking for, if I'm not mistaken, is for him to take the lead here. Uh, you know, I hate having to plan dates and stuff. That usually falls upon me, and it's a turn off. No, like I said, I don't get my expectations too high in the romance department with him. Yeah, you know him, and um, again, I don't know how your Valentine's days in the past have been with him, but you know him well, and certainly no reason to feel disappointed, or pessimistic, I should say. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jessica. I really appreciate you, love, and I hope I brought you some clarity there. Yeah, nothing to worry about. Um, I do think he will acknowledge it. He would love for me to plan it all out. Yeah, exactly. That's what. And oh, you mentioned that. Yeah, with dates and stuff. Like yeah, he'll take you out on dates, but you have to make all the plans. You have to take the lead, and it makes you feel. At least for me, when I have to do that, it makes me feel like less. I don't want to say less of a woman, but less seated in my divine feminine energies. It's kind of a turn off when I have to take the lead. I want the I do have some more traditional gender role ideas still, and I always like the guy to take the lead when it comes to that. Yeah, he's a bit passive, exactly. Yeah. Um, well, I think he will be less passive this Valentine's Day. Again, I don't know how Valentine's Days have gone between you and him in the past, but I think this one will go quite well. Thank you again, Miss Jessica. I really, really appreciate you, and I hope I brought you a little bit of clarity and optimism there. But to be honest, even though it may bruise his ego when I mention it, I feel he appreciates me mentioning him needing to lead more. Yes, and that makes sense, and that speaks volumes to his emotional maturity level. Keeping communication clear, concise, and open. I say this to all my clients: just the more honest you can be with someone, the better. Honesty sometimes hurts. Sometimes it hurts to say certain things. In this case, no. I think he needs to be told more directly, like, hey, I need you to show up in this way. I think he likes that I empowered him to step into his masculine. Yeah. I think that's some. Yeah, precisely. I think that's something that he probably wouldn't have been aware of unless someone had told him, you know. And that's definitely something one should be aware of in romantic connections for sure. Um, so, yeah, I think you're definitely doing him a big solid there. Just being completely transparent in your communication. Yeah. He's used to strong women who lead, but he will benefit from leading more. And I think he likes that I want him to do that rather than bossing him around. Absolutely. That's interesting because I was just talking to Mahogany about that. Um, yeah, there are some guys that prefer to be with women who are, more dominant, um, or even B wordy, you know. But in this case, and he may have been that way in the past, but that gets old. That gets old, I think, for anybody. It's easy, when someone's just leading the way, but then you're being bossed around all the time. Whereas with you, you're not bossing him around, in any way. You're not, but you're letting him know, like, hey, this is what I need. It's not hard to step up as a man, and it benefits him in the long run. Benefits both of you, for sure. Especially in this connection in the long run, just being completely transparent. And you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Jessica. Thank you. Hi, Miss Debbie, and hi, Cleo. How are you ladies doing today? Or this evening, I should say. I am still open for donations, Miss Cleo, and if you made a donation, you would be next, because the donation list is currently open. I want him to have the power beyond just handing the cards over. Precisely. Yeah. Like, it's great that he covers, he covers everything, or most things, I should say. I don't know if he covers everything, but that he covers things, financially. But yeah, you also want him to take the time and energy of planning something for the two of you. I totally understand that. Totally understand that. One out of your time for food and sleep. Good night, Sylvie. Good night to you too, Miss Jessica. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you. Thank you so much. We just received a donation from Cleo. Thank you, Cleo. Did you have 2 questions, or did you want a full 10-card reading? I listened to your voicemail. Now you know why I was so confused. Yeah, I don't remember everything I said, but I'll have to re-listen to it. Yeah, Miss Debbie. Hi, Mahogany. I am still taking donations. Yes, yes, I am. 2 questions. You got it. You got it. T, please go ahead and post your first question. Thank you, love. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, did P sleep with anyone recently? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, did P sleep with anyone recently? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, did P sleep with anyone recently? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, did P sleep with anyone recently? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, did P sleep with anyone recently? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, did P sleep with anyone recently? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, did P sleep with anyone recently? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, did P sleep with anyone recently? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, did P sleep with anyone recently? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, did P sleep with anyone recently? Yeah, I figured. Thank you, thank you. Going to head to bed. It's getting late. Good night, Miss Debbie. Good night, love. Thank you. You sleep well. And we just received a donation from Mahogany. Thank you so much, Mahogany. Let me go ahead and add you here. All right, let's see, hun. We have King of Cups, the Hermit reversed, Three of Pentacles, King of Swords, and Queen of Wands reversed. I don't think, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. This is a nope from me. Does he, before I even turned the cards, the wonderful land, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, when I read for you yesterday, I do accept super chat. I do, and here is all my super chat donation information. If you donate with Venmo or Cashapp or PayPal, my donation information is at the top of the chat. If you donate with super chat, here are the rates. I just posted them. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm not remembering everything like verbatim. Of course, you know I'm gonna go through all the cards, T. I know I read for you last night, but I'm not remembering everything verbatim as to what I told you about him. But he, if I'm not mistaken, he works a lot, doesn't he? You're okay, hun. I haven't even gotten into the cards yet. I just said no. I don't. I don't believe he has, and I stand with that. He works quite a bit, doesn't he? Yeah, and I don't know if I read that yesterday. Um, but that's definitely an energy that I'm picking up here with this Three of Pentacles right here in the center. This Queen of Wands reversed here is telling me that there's no woman in his life. Um, King of Swords is telling me that he's very focused on his mind as opposed to his heart right now. And with this King of Cups, I know I said, yeah, he's focused on his mind, and cups are the realm of emotions. This doesn't mean that he has someone that he has a cup of affection for that he's engaging with sexually. This is telling me that he's doing, with this King of Swords, paired with this King of Swords, this is telling me, this is telling me that he's doing everything in his power to remain balanced at this time, to maintain his sense of equilibrium so that he can focus on his work, so that he can focus on the things that he needs to take care of in his life. And yeah, I don't, with this Hermit reversed, I don't see him, honestly, I don't even see him like thinking about engaging in intimate, in sleeping with someone right now. I forget what you said his sign was. I think you said Cancer. If he's a water sign, then he certainly does have a tendency to become more emotional than most folks, especially most guys. He's a Cancer. Okay, yeah, because water signs, they feel, they're the realm of the cups. Water signs definitely have feelings and can be I call them crabby too. Sometimes they can be really crabby. Yeah. When things are not balanced and like totally, like the Cancer men that I know, girl, if they're not in a relationship, they're either really depressed, which he's not, or they're just like they've got their head focused on work and like other things, like projects, whatever, things that where they don't think about, where they don't have to think about emotions, right? And with water signs, as I mentioned, yeah, like they're they inherently feel more. And as women, we are hardwired to process our emotions and feel more, so my point is, the point that I want to make is male water signs tend to have a more difficult time regulating their emotions. And it sounds like that's the case with him, but it also sounds like he has an awareness of that, which is resulting in more or less a like refusal to engage in an activity that could compromise his emotional equilibrium at this time, and an emotional sense of balance, because it would knock him off course and he wouldn't be able to focus on the things that he needs to take care of. So yeah, my answer is no there. I don't think that he slept with anyone recently. Please go ahead and post your second question. Thank you so much. Two, has he been looking at my profile page at least 3 times during the last 7 days? Your Facebook. You're all good. No, you're all good, love. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Has P been Has P been looking at T's Facebook at least 3 times during the last 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, has P looked at T's Facebook at least 3 times in the past 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, has P looked at T's Facebook at least 3 times in the past 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, has P looked at T's Facebook at least 3 times in the past 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, has P looked at T's Facebook at least 3 times in the past 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, has P looked at T's Facebook at least 3 times in the past 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, has P looked at T's Facebook at least 3 times, in the past 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, has P looked at T's Facebook at least 3 times in the past 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, has P looked at T's Facebook at least 3 times in the past 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, has P looked at T's Facebook at least 3 times in the past 7 days? Okay, and let's see here. We have 6 of Wands, 4 of Wands, Page of Swords, 3 of Cups reversed, and 7 of Swords reversed. 100% yes. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know where you got this, and you don't have to tell me. That's a very specific timeline or time frame. Has he looked at my page at least 3 times in the past 7 days? Now, I don't know how Facebook works anymore. I haven't been on there in like 15 years. I don't know if it notifies you, like if it shows you a number of like how many people have looked at your page or something like that, if maybe that's where you got the idea, but 100% yes, and we'll get into it right here. Starting with this card right in the center, this Page of Swords is the Spy card. This is someone looking at your social media. Literally, like it is the, like, if there was one card in the deck of 78, I'm not even joking. If there was one card, and I don't know how well you know tarot, but if there was one card in the deck of 78 that was a yes to someone looking at someone's social media, it would be this card right here, the Page of Swords, the Spy card. Absolutely, he is checking your page out. Please also explain why the last 2 cards are. I'm going to get into every card and why every card is telling me yes. 6 of Wands. This is a yes card. This is a card of not spying, but it is a yes card. It is an answer of yes. If it was reversed, it might put some things into question. And just because a card is reversed does not mean it's a no card. And just because a card is upright doesn't mean that it's a yes card. But these cards specifically, I'm going to explain each card as I do every time. 4 of Wands, he is observing you. He is observing your life, your home, your not your home, but your kingdom, so to speak. He's definitely curious as to how you're doing, and you are definitely on his mind. Otherwise, he wouldn't be looking. And the 7 of Swords reversed. The reason why it's reversed, 7 of Swords is, and especially when it's reversed, is doing something under the guise of darkness. The traditional artwork, the guy is a thief in the night, and he's not stealing anything from you, but he is doing this. I do take Cashapp. Yes, my Cashapp is here. Sorry, my phone just died. That is not good. I need you guys to give me just a couple of seconds here. This is my Cashapp. Thank you so much. Please give me one moment. Thank you. Sorry about that. I had to go plug in my phone. Like seeing someone secretly? No, he's not. No, he's not seeing someone secretly. I didn't even suggest that at all. No, he's watching your page. He's looking at your page in secrecy. He's not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he hasn't commented on anything that you've posted. He hasn't liked anything that you've posted. Am I correct there? He's watching your page, but he's not engaging in your page. Yes, that's. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Yeah. No, I was gonna say we just confirmed, girl. He's not seeing anyone. No, but he's looking at your page. What he is seeing is your page. Yeah. And that's why this Three of Cups is reversed. He's not engaging with you. Three of Cups upright. Sometimes people see the Three of Cups reversed or upright as a cheating card. Hi, hello, Darcy. Good to see you. Some people see it as a cheating card. First of all, we didn't even ask about cheating or anything in this question. We asked in the last question if he was sleeping with someone. It said no, very firmly. In this case, the Three of Cups has nothing to do with cheating. It has to do with the act of publicly celebrating with someone, publicly admiring someone, and when it's reversed, it is the opposite. He is not openly admiring you. He's doing it in secrecy. So yeah, I don't know if this was an intuitive feeling that you had, but yeah, that 100% yes, yeah. At least 3 times a week, at least. At minimum, could very well be more. You're so welcome. You are so welcome, love. And thank you. Yes, I'm so glad you joined the channel. Like, welcome. Seriously, like, I really, really welcome you. And I know I sound corny when I say this, but like, this channel wouldn't be sustained without you guys. You are my channel, and you mean a lot to me. So thank you, love. Much love and light to you. Let's go check on my phone here and see what's up. One sec. Do we have enough juice? Do we have enough apple juice, as my friend calls it? I think we got enough. Just about. All right. I like the way you read and engage with me. Oh, thank you. You're so welcome. I love reading. I really do. It's why I do what I do, and I like spending time with people. I know I sometimes I spend a lot of time on my readings, but everybody gets time because I just want to be as clear as possible with people and honest too. Like if I'll be, I'm not like truly. If the cards came up and said he was sleeping with someone, I would have told you. If the cards had said that he wasn't looking at your page, I would have told you, even if it was bad news. So, like, I'm very, very honest. You can definitely get verification from other people in the chat. And some folks aren't, some people aren't super into honesty. But the truth sets us free. It really does. Let's see. Miss Mahogany. Mahogany, thank you for your donation, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. AJ Powell, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If I reached out to O on Instagram, would he respond? I've never spoken to him in my life or don't know him, but I like his content and I'm feeling froggy. Okay. Let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. If Mahogany reached out to O on Instagram, would he respond? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides. If Mahogany reached out to O on Instagram, would he respond to her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides. If Mahogany reached out to O on Instagram, would he respond to her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides. If Mahogany reached out to O on Instagram, would he respond to her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides. If Mahogany reached out to O on Instagram, would he respond to her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides. If Mahogany reached out to O on Instagram, would he respond to her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides. If Mahogany reached out to O on Instagram, would he respond to her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides. If Mahogany reached out to O on Instagram, would he respond to her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides. If Mahogany reached out to O on Instagram, would he respond to her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides. If Mahogany reached out to O on Instagram, would he respond to her? And we just received a donation. Thank you so much for your donation. The wonderful land. Thank you, thank you. I don't know if you are you new to the channel? I was gonna say I had a feeling because they've changed on YouTube. They've changed. You're Sade. Hello, Sade. Good to see you again. I remember you. Yeah, on YouTube they've changed the now that the I don't know if you're new. I read for a young lady named Sade like maybe a month ago, I want to say. But you're not the only Sade in the world. That's true. Um, you have. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, cause YouTube like changed the usernames that I can see. They changed them to like here. Gotcha. Sorry, one sec. Yeah, YouTube like changed the usernames to like the at usernames. So I've had some return clients and accidentally haven't been able to identify them, but I remember you, girl. Okay, thank you so much. I have just added you. Oops. Sorry, one second. Okay. All right, Mahogany, let's get right into this and see the Chariot, 9 of Cups reversed, 9 of Wands reversed, the Moon reversed, and Ace of Wands. Yes, he would respond to you, Mahogany. This Ace of Wands is telling me yes, he would respond. The Chariot is also telling me that there would be some momentum, some kind of forward momentum in communication between you and him that is not one-sided. Like he would respond to you. However, I do see some disappointment for whatever reason. And you said you've never spoken to him before, so I want to get some clarity with this 9 of Cups reversed, actually, because you've never spoken to him before, so why would you be disappointed if he reached out to you? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, well, I know you're not looking for a long-term thing. I know you're not looking for a committed man right now, Mahogany. So, because the 9 of Cups reversed is also indicative of a lack of an ability to have a deep connection with someone, a low threshold for an emotional connection, but as you mentioned, that's not what you're looking for. So this could possibly not be indicating discontent or dissatisfaction. but more just explaining the type of person he is. Yeah, you're not looking for that. What does concern me, yeah, and I see this also with this Nine of Wands reversed. Yeah, he has a very low threshold for romantic types of communication. Which again, I repeat, I know you're not looking for romance, and I can tell what type of person he is from what he posts. What type of person would you say that is? Because I get, is he kind of like a playboy, kind of like a Playboy Charles kind of guy, or I don't get that he's a bad guy, but what does concern me is this moon reversed. The moon reversed is hiding something, not someone that is committed. Yeah, he's definitely not someone who's down to commit, which is what you are looking for. So this would be perfect if he could meet you, even halfway. Yeah, he has a lot of a lot, and the reason why he's so non-committal is not that he is disrespectful towards women or anything like that, but he has a deep fear and paranoia of romantic connections. So let's observe this Ace of Wands. Wands being a very sexual. I mean, it's the realm of not just action and energy, like actions, taking action, but also action. Wands. It's a very very phallic card. It does represent desire, sexuality. So this Ace of Wands is telling me yes, he would respond to you, and if you're looking to initiate a sexual, intimate, or I should say sexual connection with him, because intimacy also entails emotional connection. But if you're just looking for something sexual with him, something physical, this would I see this being the beginning of something like that. I think everyone doesn't show everything on the media, so I'm sure there is something not shown. Oh, for sure, for sure. But that's not so much what I was. That's not so much what I was suggesting in terms of him. Like that, there's something that he's hiding on his social media. Like you said, absolutely. I think we all hide. All of us, only reveal so much on our social media for sure. No, that's not so much what I was talking about. The moon reverse to me is showing that he does have a sincere fear and paranoia when it comes to commitment. He likes sex. Hey, who doesn't? And he's comfortable and familiar with casual connections. So I think the way that you communicate with him is going to be really crucial here. No, I would definitely be flirtatious, but more in a sexual way. No hints of like emotional connection or like I've been looking at your page and I think you're very special, or I wouldn't touch on things like that. I just be like, hey, like you're hella fine, like what's going on, what's up with you, like what's going on in your world. Like I would keep it really really just straightforward, lightweight. Strictly with the intention of having fun, lightweight. No, I think you're very special. Yeah. No. I think you're very special. Or I see someone very, I see a really incredible man in front of me. Like, don't stroke his ego. With the exception of being like, I wouldn't hesitate in telling him like, I think you're hella fine. You know, I would keep it very, very sexually flirtatious. Make it very, very clear from moment one that that's what you're looking for. nothing heavy, nothing intense. And I think if you can make that clear from day one, moment one, I see some promise here. That Chariot card, I see forward momentum. Ace of Wands, I see the beginning of something sexual, something physical. And you said, you clocked that you can observe that he's not a commitment guy, so that's perfect for you. It sounds and looks like the two of you are on the same page, more or less. I don't think you're paranoid of or fearful of being in love. I don't think that's the case. I think it's just you're not in that place right now. Whereas I think he is actually very like paranoid and fearful. But I do think the two of you are looking for the same thing. So I say go for this, girl. Yeah, yeah. Let him know. I mean, guys. Oftentimes when people are very attractive, they know, but they still want to hear it. And a lot of people are hesitant to tell people like, hey, you're really hot, or you're really fine, and you're really beautiful. Um, they don't want it to be taken the wrong way or anything like that. I would just go for it. I think it would be in your best interest. Um, yeah, yeah. I know you're not, girl. You're a Leo. You don't waste your time. You don't waste your time. You're not hesitant. I hear you. I hear you. So yeah, I say go for it, girl. Please, yeah, please do keep me posted. I would love that, because this looks promising. Um, and again, if you know from the very start, being totally transparent in that way is gonna really really help you. I think it'll result in something really good here. Thank you again. Thank you again, love. Sade, thank you for your donation, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Hey, Wendy, how are you doing, love? Good to see you. Good to see you. Sade, please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you. Mini live reading, whatever spirit wants me to know. Just did laundry and made a donation. I'm so tired today. Oh, you're all good. You're all good, Sade. Thank you. And thank you for your donation, Miss Wendy. I'm just charging up my phone, so I haven't received it yet. Thank you or I haven't seen it. One sec. And you mentioned you were so tired today. Girl, I didn't have my other job today. Sorry, one second. I slept so late. I'm too embarrassed to even admit. I was like, what the heck happened? Why am I so tired? Sorry, just give me one moment, please. Thank you. Sorry, one moment. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that. I will add you, Wendy, in just a moment. My phone is on the fritz right now. You meant a love reading. Okay, did you just want me to ask what's coming towards you in love, Sade? Okay, Sade, and what is your sign? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Sade in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Sade in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Sade in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Sade in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Sade in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Sade in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Sade in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Sade in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Sade in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Sade in love? Fellow Aquarius, when is your birthday? Three of Cups reversed, Four of Cups, Seven of Swords reversed, the Chariot, and Queen of Cups reversed. Okay, Sade, is there someone in your life who you have feelings for still? It was February 3rd. Happy belated birthday, love. Happy belated birthday. Is there... Mine was the 23rd of January, so way past. I keep on thinking it was last week, but that was not last week. So what I'm seeing here is... starting with this Four of Cups, there is someone, okay, yeah, there's someone who you're missing. There's someone who disappointed you. Someone who you had an idea as to how you wanted things to come to fruition with them, and it didn't happen that way. The Four of Cups, as you can see in the art here, is you have four cups. You have three empty cups that you're looking down on and focusing, but if you looked up, you'd notice that you still have a full cup. There is a person I still have feelings for, but I feel like I need to let go. That's exactly what I'm seeing here. It's exactly what I'm seeing. And the good news is that if you make the decision to let go, Spirit is saying you should let go. And I really didn't mean to catch you. Yeah, I hear you, Sade. I hear you, and that's often how it ends up being. You know, at least for me as a fellow Aquarius, it's hard for me to catch feelings. And sometimes I'll even try and prevent myself from catching feelings at least too quickly. As I always say to all my clients, slow and steady wins the race, right? When I move quickly in connections, it tends to bite me in the butt. Too slowly is not good either, but steady is good. And it's hard for me to fall. So I end up accidentally catching feelings. But Spirit is saying it would be in your very best, and not only would it be in your very best interest to move on here, but they're saying that you, regardless as to whether you make the decision to fully move on or not, I see you moving on with the Chariot card. I do see you moving forward. With this Seven of Swords reversed, I see you intuitively coming to a realization that whoever this person was, despite your feelings for them, it likely wouldn't have worked out. If things aren't smooth at the very beginning, at least smooth at the beginning, then they're not going to improve. However things are at the beginning is usually how things will likely entail in the future. It's rare that things get better over time. And that's the Seven of Swords, I feel, is you coming to a realization of that truth. And this Three of Cups reversed, I want some clarity on here. Because it's right before this Four of Cups too. Yeah, this is a signifier of taking a break, taking a step back from love at this time, not engaging in romance until you've processed moving forward from this person who didn't meet you where you wanted to be romantically. It doesn't mean to close down your heart and to not talk to other people, to not get to know other people, to not put yourself out there. You can date if you want. You can put yourself out there if you want, if you feel that if you feel like it'll help you move forward, move on from this person. I often don't recommend that to people. That's something I often don't recommend, is talking to other people and dating with the intention of getting over someone. But in some cases, I think that it is actually wise, and this is one of those cases. There was a time not too long ago where I was hung up on someone who it didn't work out. They liked me, I liked them, but it was long distance, and I realized it just wasn't going to happen. So, and I was really pissed one day, and I was like, F this, like, I'll find someone local. So I went on a dating app, and I met someone, and I fell for them fast. Hook, line, and sinker, fast. And before I knew it, I was totally over that guy. Like, after being, like, hung up on him for quite a while. And then my heart was, focused on another person, and sadly it didn't work out with that person, but it did help me, at least one of the good things was that it did help me move forward from that other person. And my feelings for this new person were very sincere too. I didn't just go on a date with someone just to get over someone. I wanted to be met halfway. I wanted to find someone local who would, show me a good time and make me feel special, and they did. And I remember even the first date, I was like, this is what I've been looking for. Not having to fly to the East Coast to see someone, like feeling seen. And even if it didn't work out, like I said, at the very least, it helped me move past that person where just wrong place, wrong time. We both liked each other, but just we couldn't make it work. And yeah, this Queen of Cups reversed. This is telling me that yeah, you should keep your heart open. I if you want to take some time, could you pull if he liked me? I just want to know that. Yeah, that would be a separate question. If you want to make another donation, I could definitely ask that. This Queen of Cups reversed, yeah, is saying that you are longing for someone to meet you at least halfway, romantically. Your cup does not feel full. Four of Cups, Queen of Cups reversed. So I think the fact that you are talking to other people, keeping your heart open right now, I think is really, really good. And like I said, it's rare that I suggest that or even do it with myself, but in certain cases, I think it is helpful and very advantageous. Give me 1 second here. Did you want to ask the other question? If he liked you? Yes, for a mini reading is 777. 1 second. Sorry, give me just 1 moment. My phone is on the fritz. 1 sec. Okay, so I only received 1 donation from you, Sade, for the last question that we did. I didn't get a second donation from you. I'll donate next time. It probably is not important. Okay, love. Okay, no problem, no problem. And thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate you. And I hope I brought you clarity, love. Thank you. You're definitely on the right. You're on the right path for sure. All right, Miss Wendy. Wendy. Thank you so much for your donation, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. When Samuel gets back to our office, will there be a shift in our dynamic? Let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. When Samuel gets back to Wendy's office, will there be a shift in their dynamic? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. When Samuel gets back to Wendy's office, will there be a shift in their dynamic? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, when Samuel gets back to Wendy's office, will there be a shift in their dynamic? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, when Samuel gets back to Wendy's office, will there be a shift in their dynamic? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, when Samuel gets back to Wendy's office, will there be a shift in their dynamic? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, when Samuel gets back to Wendy's office, will there be a shift in their dynamic? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, when Samuel gets back to Wendy's office, will there be a shift in their dynamic? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, when Samuel gets back to Wendy's office, will there be a shift in their dynamic? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, when Samuel gets back to Wendy's office, will there be a shift in their dynamic? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, when Samuel gets back to Wendy's office, will there be a shift in their dynamic? Four of Swords reversed, Three of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Swords, Nine of Swords, and Four of Pentacles. Yes, there will be. But get this, Wendy, not only will there be a shift in the dynamic, in your dynamic between you and him, but there's going to be a shift in the dynamic between him and everybody that y'all work with this Three of Pentacles reversed here. This is someone who is not a team player. This is someone who does not play well with others. He may have worked well with others in the past, but Three of Pentacles is collaborative working. And you mentioned in a reading, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but other people are starting to notice too that he's not showing up the way that he should. And I feel like, yeah, Four of Swords reversed, I think it's going to change the dynamic between you and him, but everybody else, I think everybody else is going to have a different take on him. Almost everybody that's working with him, at least on this project with this Four of Swords reversed, people's thoughts on him are going to change. There are a couple of people I can think of. Yeah, I think you mentioned, as I mentioned just a moment ago, I think you said in a reading we did, I think it was yesterday, that he's not communicating with other people in this project, and like sending emails at midnight and just doing strange things, not being a team player. And I do see this causing some anxiety, some frustrations with this Nine of Swords, but it's also, Nine of Swords is also about letting go of emotions too. And that's more what I'm seeing with you, is letting go of emotions. But I see this also stressing people out, and possibly stressing you out in terms of the work dynamic. And with this Knight of Swords here, right in the center, I feel like, yes, the dynamic's going to change between you and him, but I feel like you're finally going to get the ick here, like hardcore ick. I know he's already given you the ick, but I think it's going to be like, this is going to be like the nail in the coffin. Yeah, I'm trying to ease the tension between us. He told me that he's trying to come back. Yeah, and I think, that's great to try and ease the tension between the two of you, because you guys are working together, and you need it to be collaborative. It needs to work out. But I was just going to ask too, like, I didn't even know he was coming back. When is he coming back? But he said that he's trying to come back. Okay. And with this Four of Pentacles, I mean, I do see at first, I had a dream that he came back and I got the ick. Yeah, that's really what I'm seeing is him giving you like the hardcore ick, and not just you. I mean, I'm not saying other people have crushes on him at your work. That's not what I'm saying, or have feelings for him, whatever, had feelings for him, but like on a work level, it will give other people the ick. We don't know when exactly he's got visa issues. Okay. Visa issues, yeah. Yeah, I see him, if and when he does come back. But even if he doesn't come back, I think that he is sullying his reputation at your work, with his inconsistency in his communication and his behavior. It's it's not good. It's really not good. I see him giving you the ick and really turning you off, which I think is a great thing. Honestly, the ick can set us free. The ick can definitely set us free for sure. Um, and and that's, you know, certainly what it would do. I feel for you. I think he's been really sharp with other people on my team too. Yeah, yeah. And I see that Three of Pentacles reversed. I see that it's not just you. Yeah, too harsh, and it's not working for other people. It's not working for you. It's yeah, it's not. It's no bueno. It's not good. But I also think that it will, you know, it'll set you free. The good thing about the ick is that it does set us free. Um, Seeing the real truth, the real, you know, the real truth in someone. Um, so yeah, that is what I am seeing there. For you, Miss Wendy, it looks like it's just a bad. He's just not in a good situation. He's really not. Really not doing himself any favors here. Oh my god, I found out today that another billionaire wants to hire us as contractors to compete. Oh, okay. Well, that explains that Four of Pentacles, because Four of Pentacles is also money improvements. So I was kind of confused about that Four of Pentacles. Yeah, money improvements. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so there you go. There you go. Yeah. Well, I love that. That's, you know, opportunities coming, you know. So that's good. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing there, love. Um, Thank you so much for your donation, girl. I really need to reach out to you over Instagram. There's something I want to talk to you about. I really need advice. um, but yeah. Anyway, I gotta run. I've been on for 2 hours now, and normally I do a last call for donations. I know, but I have an errand that I need to run tonight before this place closes, so I gotta go. But thank you all so much. Much love and light to you, and you too have a good night. Thank you, Wendy. And I will do my best to be on tomorrow. I don't think I can though, and I won't be on Wednesday. You'll probably see me again on Thursday. Thank you all.